Have you ever heard a story that sounded just a little too perfect? It's one of those feel-good stories that seems like it was made for a movie. That's exactly what people thought when they read the latest story about Meghan Markle. According to reports, Meghan supposedly flew on a regular commercial flight. No private jet, no special treatment, and quietly handed out handwritten thank you notes to the flight crew. It was described as a heartwarming moment that showed her being kind, humble, and down to earth. But now, that story is falling apart. The person who claimed to witness it is now saying it never happened. And from there, the whole thing starts to look like one big setup. So let's break it all down and figure out what's really going on behind this so-called perfect Meghan Markle moment. The original story came from Page 6, a popular celebrity news site. They shared a glowing article saying Meghan Markle had recently flown commercial. The article claimed that Meghan was polite, low-key, and didn't ask for any special treatment. It even said she gave the flight crew personal, handwritten thank you notes and complimented one of the flight attendants on her nails. Everything about the story made Meghan sound like a real-life princess who just wanted to be kind and normal. But the way the article was written felt strange to a lot of people. It almost read like it was written by a public relations team trying to clean up Meghan's image. The story didn't just sound sweet, it sounded staged. Things really started to unravel when the flight attendant who was mentioned in the article came forward again. In a new interview with a French news outlet, she admitted something shocking. She never actually saw Meghan Markle on that flight. This completely changed the story. At first, she seemed to say she met Meghan and had a sweet experience with her. But now she was saying it never happened at all. That made people start asking serious questions. Why would she make something like that up? Did someone pressure her to say it? Was the story created by Meghan's team to make her look good? The moment the flight attendant walked back her words, the entire story started to fall apart. At this point, people started wondering, why would anyone go through all this effort to create a fake flight story? The answer might be about public image. Lately, Meghan Markle hasn't been getting a lot of good press. Her podcast didn't take off, her Netflix projects didn't get much attention, and many people feel unsure about her. So maybe her team wanted to put out a nice, simple story. One that showed Meghan as kind, relatable, and just like everyone else. Something that would make people like her again. But the problem is, if the story was fake, then it's not a sweet moment. It's a trick. And that kind of trick only works if nobody figures it out. But in this case, people did. One of the biggest red flags in the story is that there were absolutely no photos of Meghan on this flight. In today's world, that's very strange. Think about it. When a celebrity is out in public, people always take pictures. Even if they don't mean to, someone usually snaps a photo or posts a video online, especially on a plane where people are bored and always on their phones. But for this flight, nothing. No selfies, no pictures at the airport, no blurry shots from a fellow traveler. Not a single image showed Meghan walking through security or sitting in her seat. If Meghan Markle really was on that plane, someone would have posted something. But there was silence. That's not just odd, it's suspicious. To make matters worse, the article used a photo of Meghan that wasn't even recent. It came from way back in 2016. They used the photo to make it look like it was taken during this new flight, but it wasn't. They didn't mention that the photo was old. They didn't label it correctly. They just stuck it in the article as if nobody would notice. But people did notice. And once they figured out the photo was nearly a decade old, it made them question everything else in the story. It felt like the article was trying to trick readers. That never goes over well. There was another detail in the story that got people talking: the handwritten notes. Some fans remembered that Princess Diana, Prince Harry's mother, was famous for writing sweet, personal thank you notes. It was one of the things the public loved about Diana. She seemed thoughtful and genuine. And now here's Meghan doing the exact same thing at a time when she needs positive headlines. It felt more like copying than coincidence. Meghan has been accused before of mimicking Diana's outfits, poses, and habits. Now it looks like she's using Diana's letter-writing style too. To some people, it's a tribute. But to others, it feels like Meghan is trying too hard to be someone she's not. Another strange part of the story is that it doesn't mention Prince Harry at all. If Meghan was flying commercial, where was her husband? Why wasn't he traveling with her? This led to even more speculation. Some people think the story was designed to show Meghan as independent, maybe even separate from Harry. It could be part of a plan to build her image on her own. Lately, there have been rumors that Harry has been living part-time in another city. If that's true, then this quiet separation in the media could be a clue that things are changing behind the scenes. Then there's the question of their children. In an earlier interview, Meghan said that when she's traveling, she reads bedtime stories to her kids over email. That sounds strange to a lot of people. Reading bedtime stories through email? Most parents read to their kids in person, or at least over video calls. Email seems cold and unusual. It made people wonder, are the kids even with her? If Meghan's away and Harry might be somewhere else, then who is taking care of the children? It's a question that doesn't have a clear answer, and it just adds more mystery to the story. This wouldn't be the first time Meghan has been accused of staging moments. In the past, there were photos of her caught walking her dog looking sad. But later, it came out that her team tipped off photographers in advance. These kinds of staged photos are becoming a pattern. And when people see the same tricks again and again, they stop believing them. People want honesty. They don't want everything to be a performance. When even the small moments feel fake, it makes it hard to trust anything at all. In the end, this whole story fell apart quickly. There were too many holes. The photo was old. The flight attendant changed her story. There was no evidence Meghan was ever on that plane. Even some of Meghan's past supporters began to question the story. They wanted to believe it, but the facts just didn't line up. It looked like a staged moment meant to improve Meghan's image, but instead of helping, it backfired. And now, people are wondering if anything about her public image is real anymore. So here's where we're at. Was the flight story real? Or was it a planned stunt that didn't go as expected? Is Meghan trying to fix her public image? Or is someone else behind these stories? Whatever the truth is, one thing is clear. People are paying attention. They're not falling for surface-level stories anymore. They want the truth, and they're asking real questions. At the end of the day, being honest and real is more powerful than any staged moment. Because when people lose trust, it's hard to get it back. What do you think really happened? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell so you don't miss future stories like this one. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.